Yeah, so it's stopped raining. It didn't last too long. It did get very cold when it was, but you know, this is the ground. The rain has not permeated it. It has not helped me gain any water at all. What it has gained is a lower temperature, which will give me a few more hours in survival, because the temperature's lowered, my body temperature's lowered. It's cooled me down, and it's giving me that extra kind of energy which would have been used so the water hasn't permeated the soil. As you can see, it didn't last too long, the rain, even though I did thunder down. Yeah, I didn't get really any water out of it at all. I wet my lips, that was it. What it did do is cool me down, and that means that my body didn't have to use water to sweat. So that's kind of giving me maybe a few more hours, who knows, to keep on going and keep on surviving out here. This hasn't really gone to plan. I didn't really expect it to start raining down, so my whole kind of plan of what I was doing has kind of changed. But like, ultimately it hasn't affected, it just given me a few more hours. It hasn't affected what I've got to do, which is to survive out here in a very dry desert, because really it hasn't made a difference. Look how dry it is. Dry as a bone, You know, as fast as it rains down, the sun and the heat would just dry that back up again in seconds. I'm trying to avoid licking my lips because that dehydrates you more as well. Yeah, so I do feel like I'm really out of place, because even though the rain was a bit of a blessing because it's cooled me down, like, I don't know what to expect anymore, you know. That's just throwing me for a loop. I thought this was going to be like a certain really hot, really dry desert survival, and now it's had a bit of rain. Now I'm like, what else is next around the corner? What didn't I expect? What didn't I plan for? Now deserts have a complete different set of survival rules to follow versus any other environment. This is because they're dry. You know, things bite you, things sting you, the sun burns you, the sun stings you. Everything out here is sapping you moisture and water is one of the key things you need to survive. You know, do me without food, that's fine. Do me without water, well, that's going to be a big issue. You know, the deserts are dry, hot and bleached. Even the ground will burn your feet as well. Deserts are dry, bleached, and even deserts are dry, hot, bleached, and just even the ground will burn your feet. I'm gonna have to make some kind of footwear to enable me to keep on walking tomorrow. Things you make one little mistake, you could end up dying, even from hypothermia. You know, hypothermia is the one where your body temperature drops too low. If I did have this parachute out here, that might have been an issue. But you know, it's gonna get hot again in the desert. You're always gonna dry out. Oh my god, I'm so dehydrated. This is absolutely horrible. I'm sorry. This is absolutely horrible. I'm so dehydrated. I've got sand blowing into my face, into my eyes. My energy levels are absolutely shot. I think the heat exhaustion's already got me. Like, I just feel like I can barely even hold this camera up. Like, I just need water. It's as simple as that. I don't care about food. Food will only dehydrate you out here because it requires water to digest it. I just need water. My mouth is so dry. You know, even taking away any scorpions or snakes or anything that could be out here to harm me, the heat and the sun alone is enough to kill you. Like, I'm not sure why I ever put myself through this, to be honest. Like, what am I actually gaining from being out here going through hell? It is hell. So dehydrated. Like, the sun's kind of peeking out from behind the clouds. Yeah. Okay, so here's my shelter all done. As you can see, it's nice and airy. I put some bricks or some rocks down to kind of spread out the size right there. It's going to keep me nice and warm in the night. As nylon isn't breathable, it'll keep the body heat in, but I've got this kind of opening for some nice air and ventilation. Okay, so one thing I made sure to do is that I made this shelter in the evening. If you make your shelter during the day, then it's just going to heat up, trap the heat. If you make one thing I made sure I did was make the shelter during the day. If you make it, no, one thing I made sure I did was make the shelter during the evening when the temperatures will cool down. If you make your shelter during the day, all you're going to do is trap the heat inside it, and you can have a hot shelter all night. That's something you want to avoid, because you want to avoid wasting moisture. I did check for snakes and scorpions or lizards, just in case they're in my shelter, because this shelter does provide shade and cool. These kind of creatures would always try to find their way inside there. Like, I've tried to make it as tight as possible. Like, my only opening I have is just front entrance, so the only way a creature's going to really come in is through the one thing I make sure I do is I make sure I've got one entrance. That means any way a creature's going to come in is from the front, and I'll be there waiting. Having good shelter will go a long way to keep your spirits up and maintain a correct body temperature. It's key, so I've made sure I made it before it gets dark, and now I'm quite happy, quite relaxed, and I'm looking forward to getting a good night's sleep. Shelter and warmth are great for your body. Shelter and warmth are just great for your body, great for your mind, great for your soul. Because whilst it may be boiling hot during the day, it can get cold at night, so I'm very thankful to have this parachute with me. Despite how heavy it is, I've hated carrying it. I will never take a parachute on a trip ever again. Finding a cozy spot is almost as important as finding a cozy spot is almost as good as finding a shaded spot. It's great for your mind if you get a good night's sleep and attack the day like a fresh day, and just try to replenish your energy levels as your kind of sleeping does. You've always got to be careful. Like, over there is an overhang. I checked that for any kind of creatures. I don't think there's any in there, so I should be safe. Because any overhang creates a lot of shade, which is perfect for any desert animal, because they hate the heat. They truly hate the heat, like any of us do. Having this opening allows the air to flow, which is going to be key. Bedouins often carried large shelters which could be put up in a very short amount of time. They're often airy and enabled plenty of shade, but also plenty of airflow. Even in the Sonoran Desert, in the Americas, it's been known for temperatures to go from 134 Fahrenheit in the day to about 40 Fahrenheit at night. Now what I want to just do some time, do videos, and then they can be cut into time lapses if needed, just to make more footage. I'm kind of mostly done for the night. Even in the Sonoran Desert, in the Americas, it's been known for temperatures to go from 134 Fahrenheit in the day to about 40 Fahrenheit at night. Now what I want to just do some time, do videos, and then they can be cut into time lapses if needed, just to make more footage. I'm kind of mostly done for the night. Like even in like even in the Sonoran Desert, even in the Sonoran Desert in the Americas, it's been known for temperatures to go from 134 Fahrenheit in the day to about 40 Fahrenheit at night. Now what I want to do, I want to just do some time, like long, do videos, and then they can be cut into time lapses if needed, just just to make more footage. I'm kind of mostly done for the night. Like even in like even in the Sonoran Desert, even in the Sonoran Desert in the Americas, it's been known for temperatures to go from 134 Fahrenheit in the day to about 40 Fahrenheit at night. Now what I want to do, I want to just do some time, like long, do videos, and then they can be cut into time lapses if needed, just just to make more footage. I'm kind of mostly done for the night. Like even in like even in the Sonoran Desert, even in the Sonoran Desert in the Americas, it's been known for temperatures to go from 134 Fahrenheit in the day to about 40 Fahrenheit at night. Now what I want to do, I want to just do some time, like long, do videos, and then they can be cut into time lapses if needed, just just to make more footage. I'm kind of mostly done for the night. Like even in like even in the Sonoran Desert, even in the Sonoran Desert in the Americas, it's been known for temperatures to go from 134 Fahrenheit in the day to about 40 Fahrenheit at night. Now what I want to do, I want to just do some time, like long, do videos, and then they can be cut into time lapses if needed, just just to make more footage. I'm kind of mostly done for the night. Okay, so this is my first day out in the wild again. I've been walking for a good 2-3 hours in the midday sun. It's kind of come down to sunrise. My whole plan has completely gone. With any kind of survival challenge, you are going to essentially kind of plan it out in your mind. You look at the location on Google Maps, you're going to see what you see, and you think that that's what you're going to see when you get down to the ground, but it's very unreliable in that sense. The place where I'm at doesn't seem to have many resources, which means I am, for for want of a better word, screwed. And I am knackered after walking for 2-3 hours in the midday sun. This is kind of different to a lot of other survival stuff that you see on TV, essentially because I have to carry my own bags, and that means it's a lot more weight. It makes walking a lot harder. So as you can see, it is kind of coming down to a sunset. Which means that I'm going to need shelter. I don't have time to make one. I don't have the energy to make one. So I'm just going to be sleeping just out on the ground. It's not ideal. I can't afford to make a fire at the moment because my fire relies on light and it's not sunny enough to make that fire. So I'm just going to get down and just try to sleep through the night. But then tomorrow I need to make a plan of exactly what to do and where to go, because I need a place with more resources. If I'm going to stay here for long term, I'm going to definitely need a place with a lot more resources, and this place will not do. That's it for now, but that's it. My whole plan has gone to shit, if I'm honest. That's survival. Yeah, what plan you want? I'm getting very dehydrated as well, as you can tell. My mouth just feels so dry. I'm not enjoying this at all. This is absolute hell because this isn't where I want to be right now, and that is putting my stress levels up to here. See those kind of cool birds? Yeah, my stress levels are very high, and I'm gonna have to lighten up my bags because I might have to cross the river tomorrow. and I don't have energy enough to be carrying.
It's getting harder and harder to sleep now. It's getting colder and colder in the night. I just kind of shake myself just to stay warm. Oh. So many insects.
Here we go, come on! Let it rain with thunder and lightning! Here it goes again, here it goes, here it goes, here it goes again. Here it goes again.